You probably wouldn't expect that my favorite frame building tool is a wood lathe. I don't have the space or money for a metal lathe or milling machine, so I had to improvise. And it doesn't get much more garage hack than this. In this video, I'll go over why I built it, how it's changed over the years, and the most recent upgrade I'm working on. I call this contraption my miter finisher, and I built it from a cheap wood lathe, a small rotary table, a cross-slide vise, and a few pieces of aluminum. One of the most important parts of building a bike frame is getting tight, accurate miters. Good miters help keep the frame straight during brazing and result in a stronger frame. When I miter a tube, I use a printed template, do a rough cut with a Dremel, use a file to smooth out any sharp edges, then use the miter finisher to get the final fit. Because the diameters of the abrasive cylinders are within 1/10 of a millimeter of the actual tubes, I get a nice tight miter. And with the rotary table, the miter angles are way more accurate than I can get with hand filing. I know there are people out there that'll say, I can hand file a miter quicker than you can set up that contraption. And that's great. I hand filed my first few frames, but building one frame every year or two isn't enough practice to get fast at hand mitering. And as a hobby builder, I don't have time to practice just for the sake of practice. While using the miter finisher isn't the fastest, it's faster than me hand mitering, and I end up with tighter, more accurate miters. When I was looking for a better way to miter tubes, I saw a few different abrasive setups on Instagram, and they all used a belt. So my first plan was to make a belt system, but I decided just to wrap the abrasive around the cylinder. Either way, I needed a variety of cylinders to match the tubes, and this was just a much simpler solution. Originally, I used an arm built out of 80/20 to hold the tube, which worked all right, but it wasn't very stiff, and I had to hold the tube down and push it against the abrasive by hand. After building a couple of frames like that, I added the cross-slide vise and rotary table to replace the 80/20 arm, which was a big improvement. To get some extra height, I used a chunk of 80/20, and then I chose the thickness of the aluminum connecting plate so that the center of a tube block mounted in the vise is aligned with the lathe center line. Well, almost aligned. For a 2¼ inch tube block, I use a 1/32 aluminum shim under it in the vise. And if I'm using a 2-inch block, I add additional 1/8 inch spacers. I needed to replace my 38.1 cylinder, so here I am making a new one. I'm using the vise to hold the chisel, so it's important that it's set exactly perpendicular to the lathe center line so that I get a consistent diameter. I also need the size to be accurate, ideally within a few hundredths of a centimeter of the tube diameter. An upgrade I'm currently working on involves switching the abrasive from standard 3M emery cloth to 3M Cubitron. The Cubitron lasts longer and runs cooler than the emery cloth, but it has a thicker backing, so I have to make all my current cylinders slightly smaller. My miter finisher is pretty unconventional, but it gets the job done nicely. And that's why it's my favorite frame building tool. Not only does it make my process better and faster, but I came up with a solution myself. One of the most enjoyable things about frame building is finding your own solutions to problems. In the next video, I'll set up the jig and start cutting some tubes for my gravel bike. If you want to see how that build goes, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so that you'll see the next video when it's published. If you're enjoying my channel, consider a super thanks. And if you haven't watched my other videos, go check them out. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.